You're kidding me. You're going to plant tomatoes and peppers in February? Oh, I don't know about that. Well, not only am I going to plant tomatoes and peppers in February, it's February 2nd, and I'm going to plant them today. Is he crazy or what? We'll find out. We'll find out. Hi y'all, this is Larry from Deep South Texas. It's February 2nd today, and we are going to plant tomatoes and peppers and maybe a few cucumber plants as well. The plants say they're ready to go in. The weatherman says it's going to be okay, and they never lie. So I'm going to get these in the ground. It's going to be fun. Now I've potted up several of these plants at different times, and depending on how big they were in the seed starting system. So they're kind of mixed up, and I need to get them sorted out. But there's a tomato there. I've got them in a 16-ounce paper cup, and this one happens to be a Cherokee Purple. I think only one of two of those, so that's looking good. A whole bunch of peppers, but I need to sort them out because I kind of want to plant them close together, so that's what I'm going to do now. I also have several raised beds and several barrels all prepared, ready to plant my peppers and tomatoes. Well, I have all the tomatoes and peppers in their place. Now it's time to get them planted. I don't think that'll take too long. So let's start off planting these Biltmores. That's what 8 of them here in this raised bed. Pretty nice root structure, and I don't think this will take too long. And the first one is in the ground. And just like that, they're in the ground. I'll keep one cup out here telling me that these are Biltmore tomatoes until I get a chance to mark them, but that bed is done. Now let's move on and plant one of these Anaheims. I think I have about 6 of them here to plant, but let's plant this first one and see if the roots look as nice as they did on the tomatoes. I started my peppers about 3 weeks before my tomatoes this year, because last year I only started them a week early, and I really didn't think they were ready to plant when I planted the tomatoes. So I think that worked out better as far as when to plant them. So the middle of December worked pretty good to plant the peppers. Having some trouble getting it out of the cup here. I'm using a different size cup this year too. I switched from 12-ounce cups to 16-ounce cups. Oh yeah, the roots look real good. So that should take right off. I'm going to take off some of these leaves on the bottom. So, the first Anaheim is planted. We have a bunch more plants to get in the ground here. Let's get that done. So, an hour and a half later, all the tomatoes and peppers have been planted. So this is the bed with the Biltmores in it. The next bed over has 3 celebrities, a couple Cherokee purples, and 1 extra beefsteak. The next bed over has 8 beefsteaks. So in the new part of the garden, we have some cherry tomatoes. This is a champagne cherry tomato here. It's supposed to taste really great. The next barrel has another variety of cherry tomato. And the third barrel has another champagne cherry. And then this is like a Sweet 100, or a bunch of them that grew up by themselves from seed here in the garden. As for peppers, I have 4 barrels, each planted with 1 Anaheim pepper. And then I had 2 other Anaheims that I planted in this bed right there. Also in this bed are 4 jalapenos, and these were from a store-bought jalapeno that I saved the seeds from in 2023. And here are 4 jalapenos that I saved the seeds from something in 2021. I don't know which one's going to be better. We're going to grow them both this year and see how they do. And then I have back here 3 cucumber plants that I just threw up this temporary trellis, so we'll see how they do this year. 1 California Wonder Pepper. They didn't germinate very well for me this year. Neither did the yellow bell pepper, but I've got 1 of each, so that should be okay. And then 4 Marconi peppers, and they did pretty well for me. They're looking good. And this bed in the middle of the garden has got 10 what I call wreath peppers. This is some sort of small, hot New Mexican pepper. My wife bought a wreath to hang on the door one year, many years ago, and it doesn't look too good as a wreath anymore, but I harvest all sorts of seeds off of it to try to grow peppers, and hopefully I'll get a bunch of peppers off of here so I can make some hot sauce this year. Now I need to get some tomato cages on all these peppers and tomatoes I just planted. Well, I'm so happy to get those tomatoes and peppers planted this early in the year. It's going to mean a very large harvest before the heat sets in at the end of May. But we've done a few other things that have been happening in the garden in the last couple of weeks, so let's take a quick look at that. First off, the potatoes have been planted. They're not up yet, but at least they're in the ground. I did add some extra garden soil around the bottom of the leeks, and they look like they really like that. The pineapples don't look too healthy after that freeze, but I think they're going to live. Onion starts arrived at the big box stores, so we got a couple bundles of those and planted some extra onions for this year. The bananas are turning from their dark green into a real light green, hopefully on their way to yellow. I don't think they're ripe yet, but they're headed in the right direction. The cabbages are starting to head up and starting to get firm. At least the early jerseys are. The Dutch are a little bit behind those. And we've been harvesting broccoli for the last couple of weeks and eating all we can and putting some in the freezer. And the carrots are doing well. We've been pulling some up and using them as we need them. They're a little on the small side, but they're pretty tasty. And the peas are doing well. We harvest these every day. Well, there is some danger in planting your tomatoes and peppers too early. I think, I'm hoping I am just right on time for the 2024 season. I can't wait to see how they do this year. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it that thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.